This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of What If, Episode 2, What If T'Challa Became a Star-Lord. And honestly, even though this is only the second episode, this has been his best so far. And I think it was a really nice tribute to both, Black Panther and Guardians, and it was a great last appearance for the actor. I don't know if he's, voiced by Boseman in other episodes. This one definitely had a very nice tribute to him at the end, but this episode was really good. It was a very solid story. And let's just go right into it. This episode begins with us seeing, T'Challa going to steal the Power Stone, but this time he's doing it with redeemed Ravengers. And this makes things really interesting. With it, I think that it was just so cool to see everything going on and see this alternate version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, just being the Ravengers. And honestly, I think the biggest surprise and fun parts of this was the heroic Thanos. And I think that it was so cool. And also the ending with Ego showing up to Peter Quill. That was another good part. But, let's just go to the rest of it. The villain of this episode is the Collector, who, goes and takes over after the Redeemer Thanos to take over the power vacuum he left. And it was just so cool to see that. And honestly, Redeem Thanos was so interesting. He's talking about his former plan. And some things it sounded like a kind of good idea, but what was everyone saying? Yeah, that's just genocide. It's just so funny. Also, I like how everything changed. And I'm wondering who sent Korath after the Power Stone, since Thanos didn't. And I'm not fully sure. It seems like, at first, when you're watching this universe is better off. There is no Thanos and more, but we'll learn at the end things are different. Thor and Captain America have been defeated by the Collector, so has Hela. And I think that in this universe, the Collector is very powerful. At least, when he has all of his stuff with him. I am wondering how he was able to slay Hela. And I'm kind of surprised that it was her crown that gave the abilities. I thought that she naturally had them and wasn't using anything to enhance it like Mjolnir did for Thor before he unlocked his full potential. And while I'm watching, I think that everything was really interesting and well done. I was having a lot of fun watching it, and I think that really it was so cool to see all this different stuff and for all of them to be working together. And another, bad thing is at the end, Ego goes to recruit Peter Quill, but seems that he has, no guardians, and as the Watcher says, this may lead to the end of this universe. But it was still very interesting to see. I'm so excited to see how this all continues. But to go over this, overall, it was just, such a fun episode. I also loved that ending where they have the Ravengers, or, it's kind of like a new version of Guardians of the Galaxy, and they are all with people of Wakanda, And honestly, I think it was just so interesting to see. I really enjoyed this episode, and I think it's really hard to top. And although the first one was good, I think this one was blown out of the water. Honestly, I like this more than the Black Panther movie. And I hope there wasn't an audio cut there because I accidentally clicked on pause recording when I was doing that. So if there was, it didn't sound like there was, but if you noticed it, sorry about that. It was like right after I said this, I think. But yeah, I think that this was so interesting. And yeah, with Black Panther, I thought that was a good movie, but it was never. It had a good villain and everything, but it's never my favorite. And this one, it was so interesting. And also, I think the fun part was Drax being there, and it was so nice to see that T'Challa saved his family. And really, with it, I just honestly love this episode. I don't think there's much more I'm going to say. I think it's just a very good episode. I think it's such a unique story and definitely shows how fun would it could be because this doesn't follow, the path of the movies at all. Because, yeah, although Last Week's was really good, it was, still pretty similar to what happened in the first Avenger. But this was so different, and what I like at the end is, honestly, I like how they mentioned how the universe is kind of doomed. Since, there's no one to really save Peter Quill from Ego, and his plan will go, basically uninterrupted. And I feel like, a lot of people have been talking about how that's how this universe would go. And I like how the writers were smart enough to point it out. So, you're not having those people like, oh yeah, this universe is probably doomed, and they don't want you to know that, but they're just letting you know right out from there. And this is one of the ones I also think would be really fun to see. Also, I remember seeing that the schedule for this was released, and next week, I'm going to cut quickly just so I can pull up that list I saw. I think I took a screenshot of it from another video on my. Yeah, I should have it on the computer. I'll pull it up quickly. So, after that, I'm just going to talk about a few last thoughts of this, and I'll talk about the release schedule for this. And honestly, I just really liked this. I thought it was really interesting. And overall, I'm so excited to see where this continues. I cannot wait. And I will see you all. Well, after let's go over that one screenshot I took from that I saw online. So let's go into that right now. And from what I heard, the first three are definitely locked. People have gotten early access, and they've seen those. I'll just take a look at this list. I have no idea if any of this is true or not, but looking at it, I believe we've heard of all of these first, as concepts, and looking at them, Loki and Earth. Honestly, I thought that was part of the Party Thor universe, so I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. And then, okay, so this is just a list, so I'm just reading off of this. These, of course, are shortened titles, not the full ones. As, of course, the first one was with Captain Carter, or the first Avenger, I believe. And this one was, what if T'Challa was a Star-Lord? And this is just basic descriptions of them. And, of course, I don't know if this is actually right. So, the Supreme Doctor Strange, that's probably the evil Doctor Strange. Party Thor, I'm not quite sure what that story's going to be. Killmonger vs. Tony is one we saw yet. On the trailers, I thought they'd be working together and not fighting each other, so I'm not sure about that. Also, what I'm most excited for is Zombies, which is episode 7. And then Gamora versus Tony is the Thanos one, I believe. But I'm not sure it's gonna be fighting Tony. I'm guessing that's also the one where the Hulkbuster suit is from. That, Lego released. It's like the Sakaar Hulkbuster, so that's not my best guess. And then the finale is supposed to be Infinite Ultron, which is supposed to be, I think, Ultron in Vision's body with all the Infinity Stones attached to it. Honestly, that one sounds like a fun one too, but honestly, I think the Zombies one looks like the most interesting one. I am excited for all of these, especially if this list is correct. But I am not, 100% sure. But if this is what this is supposed to be, it looks interesting. And I'll see you all next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.